All right, so I'm going to frame the first scene. Aaron, you are sitting in your master's house, and Illyriel is seated by the fire and looking at you as she often does. What are you doing at this moment, Aaron?
Probably fiddling with their fingers, not knowing what to say.
Illyriel, you don't seem to mind Illyriel because she doesn't expect you to talk.
Wait,
She
what?
will. Illyriel, your master.
Oh yeah,
The
sorry.
wizard
I
thing?
could barely hear for some
Oh, I'm
reason.
sorry. Okay. You don't mind her so
Yeah.
much because she doesn't expect you to talk, nor does she force you to speak when you have nothing to say.
Okay.
But she's sitting and looking at you. She's set her book down, and she's like, Aaron,
Yes.
would you be a dear, my child, and go grab some eggs from the market?
Oh, okay. And he kind of like gets up very like slowly, and just kind of looks around for like money because probably doesn't have
She
it.
stands up and hands you a small pouch of about 5 lunar silver coins.
Ooh.
Okay. Um. All right. I'll be right back.
You'll do fine. I promise.
They kind of blush a little bit and then just kind of scurry out.
Okay. As you scurry out into the busy, poorer section of the city of Balan, actually, to hear Illyriel tell it, she built this little cottage that you live with her in well before the city of Balan was little more than a village on the edge of the river. But she's lived here this long, and so you see an impoverished child who's wandering around rather terrified. She looks scared.
Erin kind of walks up and just kind of motions like, "What's wrong?"
I need to find a doctor. They say there's a doctor here.
What I know about the
You know
doctor?
it. You
Okay.
know
All right, I'm
of
making
the
sure.
weird doctor with the plague mask.
All right. I can take you there really quick.
Thank you. My mom's sick.
They nod and just kind of motion for them, for the girl to follow them.
All right. So as you guys are making your way to Ailes, Winnie,
Yes.
you're doing what are you doing this morning in the fine city of Milan?
I am just people watching, mostly, not doing much of anything.
All right. As you're people watching, where are you sitting? Are you sitting up on a roof or?
Yes, yeah, on the roof of a some sort of a building. I'm trying to think. I don't know. In what part of the city? That's up to you.
You're on the roof of an ale house.
That'll work.
Staggering out onto the roof is a tall, muscular, red-headed man, and he looks at you and goes, "Winnie Shiny Fluff?"
I turn and look at him and say, "Who's asking?"
You recognize him. He's a leprechaun.
That's what I was afraid of you were going to say. So as I say that as I was turning around and obviously see who it is and be like, oh, you. Did you ever find your Lucky Charms?
I'll have you know I lost them. I really fucked up, Winnie. I really fucked up. I let them get a treasure they shouldn't have got.
Oh, dear.
Well, that sucks. What are you doing up here on the roof?
Hiding.
From who?
The look in his eyes tells you he's hiding from the wild hunt. Which is, like, for fairy kind, the absolute worst thing ever. It's like the CIA, the TSA, and every horrible, strange government agency you can think of coming after you. With bloodthirsty dogs.
Oh, good. Okay, I'm sorry I asked. You know, so do they follow you here? What, you know?
I don't think so. I just decided to come into this fine establishment and have myself a bit of ale for my constitution.
I'm just trying to think where to go from here. So I kind of look around nervously to see if I can either see anything or if I can sense any sort of a presence that of the hunt. Say that again.
Roll notice.
Okay, notice. Hold on. That one. Any modifier?
No. Okay. All right. So you're looking around. You don't see anybody. That's good. You don't hear the familiar sound of the hunting horn.
Oh, I know what you're making it sound like. Sorry.
So that's good. But being near Mad Finn is probably not the healthiest place to be right now. So what do you do?
So I tell you what, Finn. Let me. You stay up here, and I'll get you another round. How's that?
Oh, you're a true friend, Winnie. You're a true friend. Here, let me give you this. He reaches into a space in the air and pulls out a silver coin. It's a lucky charm for you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Finn. Go have a seat over there against the wall, and I'll be back in just a moment.
Yes. Under extras, you now have Finn's lucky charm.
All right.
Okay. Leprechauns, contrary to popular belief, are quite tall.
Yes, they are.
He sits down with his knees next to his ears.
By the way, I'm sorry, but you made it just sound like the most awful sport that happens in the UK by the upper establishment. Fox hunting.
Well, no, the wild hunt is actually an old Irish thing, but yeah.
It's also fox hunting.
Josh, it's almost as though some of these things have ancient pagan roots that the Christians wouldn't think about. No, that can't.
True.
The only thing I know of the wild hunt was from oh geez, what is it called? It's a guy named Geralt in it.
The Witcher?
Yeah,
Yes.
the witch hunter. The Witcher. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, The Witcher. Yeah. No, this is like the old fairy tale Wild Hunt with the weird horned guy with the glowing red eyes.
Yeah, that's almost like fox hunting.
Yeah, it's almost exactly like it. Evil people chasing helpless animals. Yes.
With dogs, yeah. And it's supposed to be banned here, but hey, when you're rich.
Nobody asks questions. Okay. All right. So Winnie, what are you doing?
So as Finn goes and sits down, I quickly scurry back into the into the ale house and quietly slip out and quickly leave and going down the alley to get away as quick as I can, so as not to attract any attention.
Fantabulous. 1 second here. All right. Okay, you get a fate point, Winnie. So you get to add 1. You've got 4 now.
Oh, okay.
Because there is a very, very, very angry dwarf saying, Winnie, shiny fluff. You remember stealing from this dwarf.
Oh dear.
Because you are a fey trickster.
God, this is just not my day.
How
Do I,
where is my ancestor's axe?
Do I know the name of the dwarf?
You have no idea. You've tricked hundreds of dwarfs.
Just making sure. If I don't know if I remember which one it was. So.
Actually,
Yeah.
you can try to roll a deceive roll, or you could try to use empathy to tell what he's talking about. You got a couple of options.
I'm gonna do a deceive.
Okay. So roll that, please. All right, and let's see what Master Dwarf gets.
All right, I'll pet you.
Don't you try to use your honeyed words with me.
Oh, well, Master Dwarf, I would never try to do that.
Don't even remember my bloody name.
And what is it that you said that you were looking for again?
How many people do you do this to?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. What, you said it was an axe?
Yes, it was an axe. You took the axe at my last birthday. Without it, I can't claim the throne of my family's house.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I tell you what, I would. I really don't know much about the axe, but I would be more than happy to see what I can do and locate it for you.
Are you trying to deceive him again?
I'm gonna go with empathy this time.
Okay, you're actually going to try to remember him, so roll empathy.
Okay.
The difficulty is 2.
So is that the modifiers too?
No, you don't write a modifier. You just have to beat a 2.
Okay. Oh, okay, gotcha. Hey.
You do remember him.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Controversy.
No. His name is Eldrin Strongfellow. And you did steal his axe, and you remember exactly where you put it.
I probably sold it somewhere.
Yes, you did. You sold it, and you sold it to a collector who happened to be a great horned dragon.
He owns like one of the pawn shops in town, right?
Oh no. Take another fate point for with a bang, not a whimper.
Why would you do that?
So does that mean? So you said take another fate
Beautiful.
point, so that's 5
Yes.
fate points, right? Okay.
Yes, you have 5 fate points now because you are a miserable creature, which is awesome. He's like, I have to go to the Spyglass Mountains and find a dragon's hoard. That's what you're telling me.
Well, that is where it's at. I might be able to see what I can do to recover it on your behalf.
In exchange for what?
A favor that may be called upon at any time in the future.
Oh, you monster. Let me see if this dwarf gets his common sense roll. Roll your rapport versus that.
Holy cow!
Okay, yes. The dwarf is like, I'll give you a big favor. So under extras, write, big favor from Eldrin Strongfellow.
Your character is a funnier version of Creed, and I love it.
Wow. Okay.
So whenever the axe is recovered, where will you be here in the town that I can?
Yes. I'll be staying at the Dancing Bugbear Inn.
Okay. Wonderful. I will see you. I will search for you there.
Okay. All right. Agroth.
Yes.
Whose body did you wake up in this morning?
Well, let's say, I don't know, just some random town folk, little townie.
Okay, hang on. Let me pull out my name generator real fast.
Just some random, and I love it.
All right, you happen to be in the body of a Mr. Bergren Finch this morning. Rather overweight gentleman, bit of a drinking problem, has a sore tooth. But beyond that, it seems to be drivable.
Hold on, what did you say? I didn't hear it.
Okay, you wake up in the body of a Mr. Bergren Finch. Bergren is a bit overweight, a bit of a drinking problem, some sore teeth on the backside. Might have some disease boiling in him, but otherwise he's drivable.
Okay. Sounds good to me. He will look at himself in the mirror and kind of fluff up a coat and head out the door.
All right, you head out the door, and you bump into your friend Aaron. Now, Aaron probably doesn't recognize you, and he's got a human child in tow.
Oh dear.
Ooh. Let's see. Are they in front of me? Oh, okay. So we just kind of cross paths,
You're
or
kind of crossing paths.
okay.
Oh, by the
As
way,
he-
you can jump bodies by touching another person who doesn't have magical abilities or a pure heart.
Okay. As he walks past, he'll just say, "Good morning, Aaron," and like just see what kind of reaction he gets.
Hey, Aaron. Kind of
Yeah.
chubby, middle-aged weirdo with rotten just said, "Hello, Aaron."
they kind of look at the guy just like, like with a really like almost disgusted face, and just kind of looks back at the little girl. It's like, come on, let's hurry. And starts speeding up.
Yeah, she takes hold of your hand because the creepy man scares her.
Oh, this is even better. Like I'm gonna like walk like uncomfortably close behind them.
I swear.
Okay, if you want, you can roll provoke.
Okay, I don't have a computer tonight, so.
Okay.
But I do. I did take provoke, so.
Oh no.
All right. So here we go. Agroth is being pretty. He's doing very well with the creepiness. Aaron.
So I have a question, real quick. Is there like a thing that I can do to like signal that it's me?
You can make the eyes of the body you're in glow red.
Okay. All right. Sounds good to me.
Aaron, suddenly you realize it's your buddy Agroth in a new body.
He looks back and she's like, why did you have to be so weird?
He smiles and says it's fun. And one of the teeth that are in the back of his jaw, he's going to reach in and yank out. That hurt.
All right, in this case, Agroth, I'm going to, for you doing that, make you roll physique and see. All right, you managed to like yank it out, and you're like, that hurt. Then, of course, I picture Agroth going behind a booth or something and going, ow, son of a...
Yeah.
Why do these things actually hurt?
So, we're going to the doctor. You wanna come with us?
Yeah. I don't really feel that great. My tooth hurts.
Aaron, you get a fate point for I seldom can say what I really feel.
Okay. Oh, you already did it. Okay.
All right. Yes. Okay. So now we're gonna cut to Ale.
Oh, he's
Ale-
panicking.
Oh well. Okay. Ale, you're in your clinic. And there is a young man there who seems to have had a fish hook jammed through his hand.
Ow!
How bad is it, doctor? Will I lose the hand?
Holding the hand gingerly in his own, he looks it over and just simply looks at the man and goes, I'm still flabbergasted that you have managed to do this.
Well, I was my brothers and we was pushing each other, and I fell down on the boat and got it through my hand. I think it just got through the meat, though. The bones seem fine.
It is a fish hook. It's obviously not going to go through the bone. It's not that strong. I'll see what I can do, though.
I had a cousin once. He got one of his bones removed with a fish hook.
What the hell?
He looks over at whatever is nearest to him to heal this item with, and he just looks at the man and goes, "You humans have the strangest stories."
All right, to do this, you should roll your lore. The difficulty is 2. I mean, this is not going to be hard for you. You're a trained doctor, damn it. Holy, okay. Yeah, not only do you remove it, you manage to reset one of the bones in his hand and get rid of his hangnail. Miss Dr. Ale, you are indeed a wonder.
Yes, just, I guess, stay away from fishing equipment.
Well, that's a little difficult, sir, as I am a fisherman. But He hands you two lunar silver and a rather large trout. There you go, sir. All I can give you for payment.
Type that down.
Still better than the American healthcare system.
Man, I wish I had a giant dragon man to remove fish hooks from my hands.
He takes the 2 coins in one hand and the trout in the other, and just looks between both of them and then back at him, and just simply shrugs. Well, it's luckily trout is my favorite fish.
It's a good work you do here, Doctor. It's a good work you do here.
So I have been told.
He wanders back out, takes a swig from his hip flask.
Yeah.
Hey,
Josh's character used to do that all the times.
Oh, who says I'm not doing it for this one?
Alrighty, so Ale, in walks the little cat guy or girl, or you can't really tell. Actually, for some reason, I get the image that dragonoids look at like mammalian humans and are like, "What are you?" Okay.
Pretty much.
Well, anyway, the cat creature of undetermined that reminds you vaguely of evil folk tales and of undetermined origin comes in with a human child in tow, followed by a rather portly gentleman who's bleeding from the mouth.
Hi. He kind of like waves his hand very lazily.
Remember
I'm just going back from they, them, and he. Why? Anyways, sorry.
he casually just seems to look up, remembering the folklore, but seeming to keep his composure since he is a doctor. He has no discrimination. It's his job, and he simply waves back with a friendly smile. And can I help you with something? Clearly that fat man behind you?
Yes.
Oi, who you calling fat?
That's a serious medical issue.
What I was going, I was going to say was, he pulled his thing out of his mouth. And this little girl's mom is ill, so we need help.
Yes, sir. My mama is very ill. The little girl says. Could you come see to her, please?
He looks Aaron over and just simply places a hand on their shoulder and reminds him that he doesn't have to be scared of him. He's a doctor,
Not a murderer.
I just pulled a fish hook out of a man's hand.
Do you have the plague mask on as well?
I do not wear the plague mask unless I'm going on an adventure.
Oh, okay.
Because that makes everybody feel at ease.
Right, look at that.
That's
thing
why.
looking
That's
at
why
ya.
I was like, he's like, don't worry, I'm not here to hurt you, and I'm like,
He looks over and takes Agros's chin in his hands and opens his mouth, looking closely at everything. The crest on top of his head flipping over his face, causing him to throw his head sideways to move it. And he looks in and simply sighs. Oh,
yeah, have you ever seen like a broken graveyard? Like with all the That's what Bergren Finch's mouth looks like.
I live by a graveyard.
He simply looks down with a deep sigh. For God's sakes, people, I'm a doctor, not a dentist.
Yes! Yes!
You may have a fake point for saying that.
I am so glad you said that. Please tell me that's going to be like your catch line, you know?
He seems to have planned it to be so. That's 4.
He started with... Oh, I'm sorry, 2.
Yeah, I typed 4.
My bad.
Oh, wait, is it refresh or fate? Where do I put that?
Refresh is 1. I put it under fate points, 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
There's 2 there. Okay.
Yeah, Aaron like looks up at him and it's just like, I'm sorry, I couldn't tell them that you were not a teeth doctor.
Are his hands still in Agros' mouth?
He's
You tell me.
So he's like, why are you flank, Crack? You know what I mean? Like trying to talk as his hands are in his mouth.
Big webbed clawed hands.
Oh my god! For a split second, I thought, if you've ever seen Little Shop of Horrors with Bill Murray,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I want to.
tell you respect your professional.
He's like, oh yeah.
I need to see that
Yeah.
movie. I keep hearing about it.
He will actually grab his hand and like pick one of his fingers and start using it to clean out crap from his teeth.
he simply yanks his hand away, looking at the man disgusted. Okay, and with a kind smile, kneels next to the little child and and proceeds to ask what more the child could say about the mother's illness.
She seems to have come down with a fever, and she told me to find the doctor, and you were the only one that I'd heard of.
Well, I do believe I can leave the clinic for a little bit. He looks over and reaches for a cloth and throws it at Agroth. Clean yourself up.
Beautiful.
Aaron is like, I can watch your shop. I can't do things, but I can tell people that you are, out.
He looks over at Aaron with a small smile, but still remembers the tales of history and how, and all of the lore behind how some demons tended to look like individuals like Aaron, and simply shakes his head, but keeping that bright smile. No need.
So what you need to do is roll deceive, Ale.
Oh, you're deceiving a cute little character.
I think that would be under all mediocre skills.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
mediocre.
Cute little.
Yes.
Okay, no modifier, so...
No modifier. All right, a 1, and for our friend Aaron, it would be empathy. So if you will roll empathy. You can tell he's uneasy around you, but what do you do with that information?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
You can tell you make you make Ale uneasy.
Aaron does what they do best and shut up.
Okay. All right. So as Ale and the little girl whose name is Hannah Lee, as the two of them go to tend to Hannah Lee's mother, and you're leaving you and Agroth are leaving the clinic, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
As you're leaving, you see the absolute cutest little person flying around. You are looking at Winnie, Ms. Shiny Fluff. So, Ms. Shiny Fluff, you see a kitty person and some fat old guy.
By the way, can someone describe to me what she looks like?
Yeah, Winnie, what do you look like?
So what, 10 inches tall, with fair skin, very pointy ears, and wings that are very colorful and kind of look like a butterfly's wings.
Okay.
So
Anything on
lots-
like clothes and hair and face?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm picturing a mean-spirited Tinkerbell, actually.
So,
Tell me, I'll probably do some like short fire red hair probably or something like that.
Nice.
So
Alright, I'm guessing pixie cut.
yes, sure.
sure. So Erin like goes down the floor and she's like, you are adorable, and kind of pokes his stomach.
So I jump back and, hey, I don't go around poking you. Hi, who are you? As I'm kind of looking around, darting my eyes to make sure that, there's nothing coming up behind me.
I am Erin. You guy.
Okay. Hi. Yeah. Okay. Can I help you?
You were just really cute, so I wanted to poke.
Oh. I'm sorry. I'm trying to.
Fate point, Winnie. As
I'm trying.
Aaron, you see Illyriel walking up, and Illyriel's like, "Aaron, how are you? I thought Winnie Shiny Fluff."
I turn and look at what's her name? You said Illyriel?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, she's an elf.
Okay, that's what I was good. I couldn't remember what the description was.
The last time you saw this elf, it was several hundred years ago. And you had just, broken a seal on a tomb, and there was a monster.
Yeah, and so I turn around and look and say, "Oh, hi, Illyriel. I'm glad to see you got out of there. Okay."
No thanks to you, little pixie.
And I just kind of shrug my shoulders and really just kind of don't reply.
Erin jumps up, kind of cat-like, and like runs, or not runs, but like kind of skips over to his teacher, and their teacher, and she's like, I'm sorry, I didn't get the thing you wanted. I was
It's all right,
helping, but I was helping a little girl with getting to a doctor.
Yes, you did a good thing.
Yes.
So, Winnie, can I interest you in a drink?
Sure. Sure, for old time's sake, yeah.
Yes. So, I have a question for you as you're walking back toward her cottage, which is still in the same place. It's only been 500-600 years. Anyway, but you make your way back to Illyriel's cottage, and as she's like, Agroth,
Ma'am.
not the best look you've chosen recently, but it'll do. Though do take those boots off. I shudder to think what you've stepped in.
He'll just like kick them off. Just like he's doing the can with his shoes.
Nice. Nice.
I like this guy. He's funny.
All right, so Illyriel sits down with all of you and begins to serve everyone a sort of thistle rush tea.
Blue tea.
And she begins speaking to you, Winnie, in Elvish. Now, Agroth, they don't know, can magically understand all languages. She's like, I'm not angry with you anymore, Winnie.
I'm very glad to hear that. That was a very long time ago, and
most of my hair grew back.
I still can't get that smell out of my nose. Every once in a while, I can still smell it, just like it was happening. But
Yes, well, I would like to offer you payment if you would work for me, please.
What kind of work?
I want you to keep young Aaron safe.
Wow.
I look over at Aaron, and so this is your charge.
Yes.
Wait, Aaron is like sipping tea cluelessly, just kind of looking around,
That's
very,
right.
very shyly.
Yes, I would like you to keep him safe.
Okay. Is there anything that we would be concerned why they would not be safe?
Winnie, I am almost 5,900 years old. Unlike you, I am not immortal. My withering will come, and I will die. And so,
Yes, that is very true.
Aaron is a good lad, and he has a great deal of power inside of him. And you are the absolute perfect person to cite and identify the absolute wrong people he should be around. Because you are one of the wrong people, Winnie.
Damn.
So I'll take that as a compliment, considering what you and I have been through in the past.
Yes.
So what type of payment would we be talking about for me looking over your charge?
Well, I do have something in my possession that you would definitely want, so long as you render your absolute fairy oath to take care of him.
Okay. I think about it for a minute.
I have a Stardust gem. You know, as a fairy, that fairy kings and queens have given up their very kingdoms for such a thing.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, my eyes get kind of big, and and I just kind of look dumbfounded for a moment, and then I try to quickly kind of compose myself, even though Illyriel knows, obviously, how important that would be. So. Yes, I would. I will give you my absolute fairy oath that I will watch over and take care of Aaron and make sure that he does not get involved with the wrong kind of people, other than myself, of course.
Other than yourself, of course. And if he does have to deal with the wrong people, you know more about treachery of the spirit and lying than almost anyone I've ever met.
Why, thank you. I have had quite a bit of practice.
Agroth, for the moment, you think amateurs. All right. So we go from there. Sarix, you are walking your sort of weird vigilante patrol that you do. When you happen upon a scuffle going on, you're in the poor part of town. You know the guards don't care, so it's up to you.
Okay.
All right, Stormweaver.
Yes.
You find yourself surrounded by a group of rather aggressive and drunk human thugs. And they are they're threatening you. They're like, "Who are you?"
Starweaver. Sorry, the accent is going to be everywhere.
That's fine.
I'm excited.
You. What do you have on you? What are you wearing?
If you look at the picture that I made,
Okay.
he's got like an armored kilt and bracers. I'm not sure what they're called for the legs and
Greaves.
yeah, greaves,
Yes.
and shoulder, whatever those ones are called.
You got any money?
Pauldrons.
Very good, Josh. You got any money?
I have gems.
Give them to us, lizard man, and then we'll let you go.
Let me think about it. No. You want to try me, humans?
All right, so here's what happens. We're going to Fist City. All right, the first of the humans comes at you with a dagger. And you may roll physique just to kind of shrug off the damage, or you can roll athletics to dodge. The choice is yours.
Definitely physique.
Okay,
no
roll.
modifiers, right?
Yes, no modifiers, just
By the way, I love how you said "try me, humans." That was beautiful.
all right. He jams you, and you just move enough so that your scales and the armor cause the knife to slide to the side. The humans suddenly look a little bit less anxious to fight you.
Oh, there is also a thing that that I wanted to mention.
Oh,
I don't know if we can add this or not, but considering he is from the Storm Tribe, he kind of has like this electric sort of thing if something touches him, including metal.
Here's the thing: you have to declare doing that, and then
Right.
use your rapport to do it.
Right. Okay. Thank you for telling me. I need
No problem.
to know that.
No problem, and that's just part of you being part of the Storm Tribe. Okay, so he stabbed at you, and the other guys were like, "Well, sir, obviously we would do nothing to offend a man of your obvious size and toughness."
Oh, I'm pretty offended.
Well, you know, Roderick over there, he was just stupid. I mean, he was kicked in the head when he was a little kid by a mule.
Damn.
Oh,
One of the worst things ever.
what a
I
tragedy.
was not. And they like punch him in the back of the head. Look, the poor stupid bastard just won't. He doesn't even remember. All right, so Sarix, what are you doing during this exchange? Sarix. Pull out the Ouija board, talk to Josh.
Can you hear me now?
I
There
can
you
hear
go.
you.
I have
Yes.
no idea what's going on. Anyway, currently, I should say, Sarix is a 7-foot burly male. very big physique, muscular.
Okay.
That's usually how they like to patrol the rough areas of town.
Okay.
So he walks up, not quickening his pace, their pace. Well, he's he at the moment. God, pronouns.
How do you humans deal with just one body?
Exactly. Stupid humans and their biology. Anyway, yes. So they are approaching, and he looks over at them, scowling. He's got at the moment his facial features is like very tiny beady eyes, big brushy eyebrows, almost with a fixed scowl 24/7, and he bellows out, "Hey, you little wee dicks! What you doing attacking one person?"
Well, sir, actually, we were simply asking.
Oh, no! You don't even dare say anything to me. You know you're in the wrong, don't ya?
Okay, this guy's gonna roll deceive to try to get out of this because he wants none of either of you guys. One guy's 10 feet tall and looks like a freaking dragon, and now you've got like this giant bruiser.
He's only
By the way,
8
I love
feet tall.
Well, you know, when you're cowering from some man you tried to stab and he just sort of shrugged it off, suddenly they grow a couple of feet.
Especially when you're drunk.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Josh, unless you just absolutely roll a negative number for your empathy or investigate, yeah, I'll let you do investigate for this because you are doing the cop thing right now. He's trying to lie to you. He's trying to worm his way out of this.
What's the modifier? Nothing.
There's no modifier. I don't know
Right.
why they put that into this sheet.
Oh, so there's never a modifier? We never have to
Same.
ask?
You never have to ask.
Okay, cool.
Got it.
All right. You've succeeded with style. The gentleman urinates on himself. And he then begins to say, "You know what? Fast Eddie, down on Murder Alley. He absolutely he assaulted 5 people this morning, and I helped him. But I will go turn myself into the guards, and here's the gold he gave me. And please just don't hit me."
Oh, stop weeping and pissing about, you little dick. You can tell Fast Eddie that I'll come and slit his throat soon if he doesn't back it in. Fucking weasel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now get yourselves off and take your fucking money with you. I don't need your cheap shite.
All right, they gather up their coins and run like hell. They run like the devil's after them because they probably is.
Yeah, I like.
Senator Agroth says amateur. But anyway. All right, so now you are face to face with this 8-foot dragon man.
You, Scaly, what are you doing in this part of the neighborhood?
Sorry, I don't know cities very well.
Well, then you should get a map.
Alright,
have
those exist.
Of course they exist. What century do you think you're living in?
You get a
Wonder
fate
where I
point
know
for
where all my
stranger in a
tribes are.
strange land.
You what now?
You get a fate point for stranger in a strange land.
Okay.
She does.
I put it in there.
Okay, good.
All right. So, are you going to take him to get a map?
No, my character's going to stand there, cross his arms. What are you doing here? There aren't many of your kind in the city.
Honestly, that's a good question. I'm trying to figure out an answer to that this whole time.
I don't suppose you know a wee little doctor that lives up in this city.
I do, actually.
Interesting. Interesting. You, buddies then?
Please don't bash his head in.
Oh, somewhat. I went to see him for treatment once.
Oh yeah, I've got a lot of customers, shall we say? Because he has a lot of customers because of me.
Oh, I could imagine.
Yes. So what are you doing down here? Why do you need to walk down the rough end of town? And why aren't you going to the main central city where the doctor has his establishment?
Well, I don't really know there was rough sides of town.
Obviously, you haven't been to many cities. There's always a rough parts of towns and cities. Even little hamlets have them. Pigs
I've
can be
only seen the
ruthless.
tribes.
Oh yeah, we tribe lad. Okay.
I love that we're both Irish right now.
I'm not
It's
Irish, son.
Sorry, that was out of character.
No, that's fine.
So where is it you want to head to? And I might be able to help.
JR out of character, where exactly would he be going?
You would probably be going to Ale's place.
Okay.
Because he's the only person you know in the stinking collection of buildings.
Okay, good. I need to figure out a reason why to see him.
One of your aspects is I need Ale's help.
This is true. I'm trying to figure out what he'd need the help for.
We can figure that out when we get there.
Well, he is in the Storm Tribe. They might need like a Water Tribe member for something.
That's true.
Yeah, it's also been 100 years since I accomplished your transfiguration, so you could be coming in for a checkup.
That would work.
That's actually a really good one.
Okay, that worked. I am in fact going to see the other Dragonoid.
Okay, well, if you don't mind, I'll escort you as a precaution.
Oh, that'd be much appreciated. I mean, I wouldn't mind being attacked by more humans. It's rather fun.
You don't want to get attacked by so many humans. Boredom eventually kicks in.
Ah, you're quite right about that.
Right, stay close to me and don't wander off. That's how, yeah, that's not good.
Right.
All right. So you fine folk make your way to Ale's clinic. Ale, you are returning after having successfully treated young Hanley's mother, and you were paid with basically some bread and cheese and about 3 lunar silver. These people pay you a lot in food.
Alright, we need to type that down. Hold on.
As I say, out of character, still best than the American healthcare system.
You ain't lying.
And you said 3 additional lunar silver?
Yes.
Okay. So a total of 5.
Yes.
All right.
All right. So you are back, and you see an old friend from the Storm Tribe. You see Stormweaver.
Ah, young Stormweaver, how have you been?
Oh, I've been great. Do I smell trout?
You said what?
Do I smell trout?
Everything smells a wee bit fishy in here.
Oh no.
As he recognizes, Sarix is walking towards a seat, and as they're taking that seat, sit down in, as you do in chairs, a great words, a great magical and sort of like purple lights enshroud the character to a human-like form with long platinum hair, grey bluish type skin, and in the uniform that they wear, it's not
Yes.
They're kind of you don't know if they're male or female. That's how look. I'm sort of like going in between there, so they look very attractive.
Okay.
Is that normal?
My darling, it is very normal.
Huh. Well,
Ale just simply puts his eyes under the cover of his hand, his big webbed hand, and then quickly gives one eye over to Serix. You didn't bash his head in, did you?
No. Why would I do such a thing to a distant friend of yours?
Anyway, look, turning back over to Stormweaver. So, how's the transfiguration been working for you?
oh, it's been staying the same. I've just come for a checkup, just in case it's for some reason wears off.
Well, it shouldn't wear off. I mean, it was. At least I hope not. I mean, it is a very experimental potion that I gave you.
Oh, that explains all the ticks.
I'm sorry?
Every now and then there's little bit of a discharge, shall we say.
That's normal, especially with female going to male. You're
Not that kind of discharge.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
I never understand why it's necessary to have two sexes. It seems rather disproportionate.
Well, I'm a little bit in between.
Oh, okay.
Wonderful.
An iron golem outside says, "You biologicals throwing DNA at each other, it's disgusting."
I mean, I enjoy my fun times with various strangers.
Oh, meat is weird.
But that doesn't mean to say that I still understand it.
The poor golem just like runs off into the alley.
Looking over at Serix. See, you're good for business inward. If you're sitting in here, you're not.
Oh, right. Sorry, out of character. Are the others in there? KU's character and the Pixie?
No, they're not. They're
No.
not. But
Okay.
but there are a couple of folks in there with there for checkups. One of them is looking at you. She's looking at you just the least bit interested because Darix is very different.
Oh, my dear, if you really want to keep staring, you could have all of this for free.
Very different from
She
before.
blushes, covers her mouth, and runs out of the door.
I mean, right now I'm picturing like there's a bench and she's laying down in like a chaise lounge type with
Yes,
like
yes.
paint me like one of your French girls sort of thing. Paint me like one of your saucy changeling.
All right, Josh, I'm going to add one more aspect to help you get fate points. And that aspect is why you got to make it weird. And take a fate point for that.
Yay!
Whew. All right. So all right, so let's see. Agroth.
Yes.
Your body really doesn't feel so good. You might need to go to the doctor and actually get an exam rather than just freak him out with your pee.
I mean, I can just jump to a new body.
You can, you can either go to the doctor or find someone new and leave this meat sack to its decay. The choice is yours.
Oh yeah, he's totally gonna leave the meat suit.
Okay. Let me.
So, just out of curiosity, whenever you do leave a body, what happens to it? Does it go back to its, former owner and just been like a bad nightmare for them, or what happens?
Would it be like a hangover?
Yeah, kind of like a hangover.
Okay, I'm just curious.
It depends on how bad the person is.
He's gonna be wondering what happened to his damn tooth, though.
Right.
That's for sure.
That's probably the least of his worries.
All right. Yep.
Take some aspirin. Call me in the morning.
That's literally what my doctor said about my back pain.
Oh God.
Welcome to our world, Jory.
Yeah.
All right, you find yourself in the body of a strapping young lad.
Aaron walks up to the new body. He's just like, I like this one better.
He smiles and flexes a little bit. It'll do.
Aaron looks in fake awe.
Why do I picture Christian Bale from American Psycho when you flex?
Oh God!
Okay. All right. So let's see. We've done some introductions. What do you say? Everyone needs to eat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So basically, the local eating establishment is the same place where Winnie left poor old Mad Finn.
Oh shit.
The Dancing Bugbear Inn. All right, so the Dancing
Wait,
Bugbear.
I just had I want to go in as a cat.
Okay.
As an actual cat, just because that sounds fun right now.
All right. Y'all go to the Dancing Bugbear for dinner because it's the only place that won't give you parasites after you finish eating.
I do have a quick question just right before we go into that. So I'm assuming that after I had given my oath to Illyriel that
Yes.
she had told Aaron kind of what the deal was, or was she not going to say anything?
She has said nothing.
Okay. Just making sure. That way I kind of know how to play it. So
Yeah, I need to know how to play it too. So that was a good question. Thank you for asking that.
And I have one more question with Agroth. Does he just understand all languages, or can he speak them as
You
well?
can understand and speak them. Remember, you have to do deals with people from millions of different worlds, thousands of different dimensions.
Okay.
That's
all right.
fun.
Sounds good. So are we going in yet?
Probably.
okay, now we are. Yeah. Sorry, I just had to find
no
out that way. I kind of knew what to do. So
Okay.
All right, so everybody's there.
Wait, is Illyria, God, I can't think of her name.
Illyriel?
Yeah, is she there?
She is there, yes.
Okay, I'm on her shoulder.
Okay. All right, she's petting you, and the wait staff greet everyone, and it's pretty crowded in here today.
I'm gonna look around. Do I see Finn anywhere?
No.
Okay, good. Just making sure. I never did come back with that drink, so
That's true.
Hey, Sarix.
Mm-hmm.
You are hearing some scuttlebutt among some off-duty guards. They're talking about they found a big guy with an iron spike driven through his heart.
So in it, because it's crowded, Sarix is going to go into a dark corner, and they are going to transform into a rather attractive, long red hair individual to appear to be a bartender. And
Okay.
she's going to pick up some ales and go to the guards.
Okay, you're gonna to accomplish this. You can spend a fate point to use aristocratic your changeling aspect.
Mm-hmm.
That will give you +2. Then you've got to roll a deceive roll.
Okay, right. So do I spend my fate points now?
You spend it, or actually roll first, then spend.
Okay, right. So
Never. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Deceive.
deceive.
Okay, you kind of, what you need to do is you need to spend the fate point in order to prevent the bartender from noticing you've stolen drinks.
Okay, we'll spend a fate point.
Okay, the bartender looks around, scratches his chin, starts trying to count the number of wait staff, and he's like, "Ah, fuck it." Takes one of the extra beers and downs it. All right, so our two dragon folk, what are y'all doing here?
Why did you bring me here? Is this what you do now? Is this what you do outside of the tribes?
Nice! It's like Amish people meeting outside the community. It's great.
Well, if you must know, it has been over 200 years since I've been away from the tribes. I kind of adapted to this. It is something I do on a very regular basis. We need to catch up. A good, and, my clinic is kind of smelling of fish and dead people.
Ah. Fair enough.
Now, since they're really big characters, would I be able to notice them as soon as they come in? Basically,
Yes.
One of Jory's is definitely noticeable.
One is
Yeah.
8 feet tall, the other's 10 foot, and they're dragons. I obviously missed it all. They're gonna stand out.
It's crowded. One of them's probably
Yeah.
smacking people with their wings.
Yeah. Okay. So Aaron's gonna hop off and basically walk over to you two and be like, "Hi, doctor."
Hello, Aaron.
A cat is talking to you.
Yeah, the cat's talking to you. Yeah, and I wave my paw a little bit.
Oh, that's so cute.
There is an orc sitting nearby wearing a top hat. He's like, "Good lord, that is quite you, doctor. How strange."
I flutter over to where Aaron is at, speaking to them, and attempt to poke her in the side. Say, "Oh, hey, you're a cute little kitty."
Meow?
Now there's a fairy and a talking cat.
I-
Turnabout's fair play,
Is this normal?
And good Dr. Ale, is this your friend? Pointing at Stormweaver.
Il seems to be driven into kind of a laugh of his own, but he slowly leans down and picks Aaron up. sits them in his lap while he sits at at one of the benches. You know,
Oh, that's so cute.
he gently scratches behind Aaron's ears and looks down at him. A talking cat.
He's not gonna answer the orc.
Yes. The orc is like, Doctor, it seems you've gone deaf. He puts his monocle in and turns towards Stormweaver and goes, "You must be new in our fair city."
Oh, very. What are you?
Dothmog the Fastidious. I'm an orc, sir, and you would be a dragon man.
Yes, that is a way to put it.
I'm sure there is some word that your people use that I could scarcely pronounce.
There might be a few of them. We do have a language.
As do most intelligent beings. Although I really wouldn't count Gnomish as a language. I mean, what have gnomes ever done for anyone, you know?
Are those short things?
Oh, there's a lot of short things, but they're the short things that are usually bald.
Huh. I don't think I've seen one.
Be glad you don't.
So can Sarix be done with the guards? Got all the information that they need.
So Sarix has gotten all the guards' information and a couple of invites to their homes.
But she's returning, and she goes, "Oh, Fonzie!" Lifts up the orc's top hat and kisses his head in a very cute manner.
Why, yes, my dear, yes. I don't believe I've seen you in here, and I have been known to dally before. Shall we retire to my parlor and do as nature intended?
Oh, Fonzie, always rushing to the nitty-gritty details. I'm sure you know who I am. She plays with his monocle.
Sarix.
She changes back into her standard identity, platinum hair and androgynous look.
The invitation is still open.
As you have kept saying since I arrived here.
Indeed. I would like to see what fine orc DNA would match with such delightful, wonderful changeling stock.
I would too like to see such an experiment. However, you would have to be up for anything, my dear friend.
Absolutely. What I will do is I will get some of your blood and I will mix it together in my laboratory, and then we will see if we can create offspring.
Oh, Fonzie, you do know how to touch this changeling's heart. With the presence of the good doctor, I may even oblige.
Aaron looks very uncomfortable.
However,
Stormweaver also looks very uncomfortable.
This seems a bit odd, but if the doctor must watch for me to perform experimentation, I will do so.
I meant to extract the blood, but if you wish to have my blood, I would like some information first.
Certainly. Well, how may I help you?
You're a very well-established individual in this society. Tell me about these rumors the guards have been intriguingly discussing.
Yes, a large red-haired human of some stripe had an iron spike driven through his chest. Upon hearing this, Winnie, a frisson of terror moved down your spine. This was not the Wild Hunt. This is someone who knows that fairies are definitely killed by iron.
I listen a little bit more intently and try to move a little closer so I can hear better.
Hmm. Yes, you see, what happened was I suspect that someone thought this gentleman was some sort of fairy creature and used an iron spike through the heart to kill it. Bearing in mind, of course, that an iron spike through the heart kills almost anything.
Obviously, it does. Unless you're well built, such as yourself, good lord.
Well, I fancy myself an inventor.
Indeed you do. Very well. Oh, Dr. Ale, do you have a vial?
Surprisingly, running a clinic and knowing people, Ale seems to be a little bit of a shy type in public. But as he's scritching behind Aaron's ears, he looks up and simply looks around. Sadly, not upon my person.
I happen to have one. He opens up. Zothmog opens up his leather case and pulls out one of those dreadful-looking old Victorian-like syringes.
Oh, Fonzie, you do take the fun out of things with your little gadget. Just hand me a vial. And Sarex bites the tip of their finger.
Oh my. That seems a bit unsanitary, but I will take the sample. Thank you so much.
You and me
not-
both.
and they're licking it clean.
He basically he puts the stopper in really quick and gets the sort of manic look on his face and takes off running out of the inn.
Oh gosh.
Like a child on Christmas morning. A big demented green-skinned child.
Well, now that's over with. Ale, introduce me to your little friends that you have acquired. Little cat is adorable. Speaking.
I think it can talk.
Don't worry, little creature. Sarex pets it gently. Because they love cats very much.
Erin just kind of takes the pets and she's like, I'm happy with this. They like pets, okay?
You take what you get.
Exactly. It feels good. It's fine.
Ale just looks over and just looks down at Aaron. It's just like I haven't named them yet. But they appear to talk.
Excuse you. You know who I am.
I
And he
believe
gets
the
kind of
little...
like pouty about it.
At this moment, Illyriel leans in, pets Aaron quite gently on the head, and says, "Aaron, my dear, they don't know who you are in this shape."
Well, didn't sorry, I forgot the doctor's name.
Ale.
Ale.
Yeah, didn't Elle call me by name?
No, he did not, as far as I recalled.
Oh, then.
Oh no! Okay.
But actually, this is a perfect thing because
Yeah, it works out.
it's natural for him to transform, or them to transform.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's like, oh yeah. I'm Aaron.
The sudden realization hits Ale, having been introduced to Aaron earlier in his clinic. Slowly puts Aaron down and just kind of like steps away.
Well, Sarex picks Aaron up and places them on their lap. and continues petting.
Aaron's
So-
happy with this.
Stormweaver has a tendency to not try to touch anyone.
Illyriel looks at Stormweaver and in a perfect she has a perfect accent of the Storm tribe.
Ooh.
Greets you.
And I think with Draconic, it's all the same for the tribes, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So of course he smiles and traditionally greets her back.
She's like, welcome to our city. Dr. Ale has been a vital part of our community for a long time now.
Oh, I certainly know that. Sarex winks at Dr. Ale.
Ale noticeably shivers and being uncomfortable with the wink.
Illyriel turns to Sarex and she says in just the most polite and wonderful voice, she's like, now, my dear, just because you can look like anything doesn't mean everything's interested in you.
Oh, I know, but it's fun to play with.
It?
Everything's an it to a changeling.
You're not wrong.
I mean, if you hadn't questioned that, I would have left it and said nothing, but you... So I'm just making it up on the spot.
He just simply shrugs and looks away.
Not Dreamweaver, good dog. I was thinking this all. Stormweaver turns to the woman that just greeted him and said, "So how did you come by our language?"
Oh, several thousand years ago, I was in and amongst the tribes.
Oh, I don't see many outsiders, but then I've only been alive for about 228 years.
Yes, you're young yet. You'll see many. But no, I traveled through and got work among your tribe as a wizard.
Huh.
What did you do as a wizard?
Oh, usually charms of proofing boats so that they were blessed. I did work as a heal-all. I even wove protection spells for warriors and fisher folk. It was just common work.
Oh,
Yeah, are they talking in our language?
They're talking. They're speaking in the Belenese language. Yeah, that everybody.
Okay.
we
Aaron.
usually don't accept outside help very much.
Well, let's just say I had acquaintances.
Oh, I see.
This will strike you and Ale as fairly mysterious because this is not typical stuff that you hear.
Yeah, very much not.
Yeah, Ale just kind of is trying to remember if he's ever heard of such a thing happening. Being alive for 336 years, he's not sure if he can recall.
Yeah, plus dragonoids, they live a few thousand years sometimes, so you'd think somebody would mention it.
Depends on how small the tribes are, and depends on how proud of needing help someone was.
It could be during a wartime or something.
This could be.
Well, that's for Illyriel to know, and you all to possibly find out.
Yep.
All right. So Illyriel pets Aaron and then looks to Winnie and is like, Winnie, make sure Aaron gets home. I must retire and study. So
Of course. I will make sure that she returns safe this evening. He returns safe this evening.
They.
They, excuse me. Sorry. Pronouns.
Totally fine.
And she looks to Aaron and says, Aaron, in the morning, practice speaking to the trees and the plants.
Yes, I love you.
I love you too. Heartbreak. Anyway. Oh, man. Okay, so very good. All right, so we've done a nice intro here, and I will take what you all have given me now that you know each other, and we will start an actual plot next time.
Sweet.
Mhm.
Yay.
Thank you all so much. It was absolutely a blast.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Am I all right to quickly change some
Yes, you are.
skills?
Yes.
'Cause I think law would be better there, and contacts there, and remove drive.
Well,
Yeah.
drive is useful for when you are in an airship or other stuff. So,
Yeah, I don't need that.
okay, that's what we hire people for.
Exactly.
And-
Syrinx is born aristocracy. Why would Syrinx need such a thing?
And of course, Agroth could always just bump into the pilot and take him over.
Yeah.
What you'd have some negatives like, I'm trying to drive the thing driving the thing. Leave me alone. Oh, all right. Well, I will see y'all next week. Y'all did wonderfully, and like I said, this will be interesting.
This will be fun.
I agree.
Yeah,
Oh,
quick
yes.
thing for I put the Dragonoid Water Tribe because I think that's the first one that we really kind of need to focus on because that is Ale's tribe, correct?
Yes.
So if you'll use and I can help you over the week to work it out. The skills will be different than a character's skills because they're skills for the community.
Right.
So you'd have things like magic, trade, invention, those kinds of things. So, yeah, that's for like big stuff. So as your characters are doing things, if war broke out between two countries, then we could actually do that and set up the backdrop, for your smaller adventures. So
Okay.
cool. Thank you all so much. I will see you next week. Take care,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Thank you.
Everybody have a good night.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.